We are back. This is Dr. B and Mrs. B Empty Nester Podcast Show number 6. Number 6, Mrs. B.
It is number 6, and we're back.
We are officially back for show number 6. And again, it's been a pleasure to bring these podcast shows to you. And we also, I've been looking over the numbers again. We really appreciate those who are downloading us from North Carolina, California, Virginia, Florida, Connecticut, Iowa, and New York, as well as other countries, New Zealand and Russia. I just pulled up that stat, Mrs. B. Wow. And again, we really appreciate it, as well as the Apple Podcast listeners, the Apple Podcast followers, the listeners and the engaged listeners. Really appreciate the Apple Podcast and all the platforms on your podcast networks. So here we go, folks. It's time to address the obvious. And as you know, we go about feelings. So, Mrs. B.
Yes, Dr. B.
How do you feel about our new president, Donald J. Trump, as an empty nester?
As an empty nester lifestyle, being at our age group, seeing a lot of things happen in the world, several presidencies since 1989 and prior to that, voting records. I was a centered Democrat for 43 years, and I registered unaffiliated before the election of 2024 in November. I did vote, Unity ticket, Unity Party, and I had always thought independent.
So how did you feel about our new president, Donald J. Trump?
I will answer it this way, Dr. B.
Just give me your feelings.
My feelings is that I believe that the country should come together. The policies of 47th President Donald J. Trump should reflect America, American values, American beliefs, as well as the issues of American citizens. I believe in unity and problem solving, and I believe in terms of how I feel that unity is important and we all need to come together and find peace and agreements and solutions. I feel that in the past there's some things that he had to reconcile with, he had to deal with. And now I feel that he needs to go on into the future and work together with Congress and all different types of people to make America better and grow and improve and sustain the viability and economic growth of America.
Thank you, Mrs. B. I didn't know what your feelings are. I would just say it's unity. What is it?
Unity. I'm a unity person. I'm a problem solver.
There you go.
I want the solutions to be solved
There
for
you go.
America.
Now, thank you, Mrs. B.
I want the problems to be solved for America and with solutions.
Thank you, Mrs. B. Now, of course, I don't tell Mrs. B what the question is, and I always catch her by surprise. Now, how do I feel about our new president, Donald J. Trump? As a former federal government employee who worked under the Clinton administration as well as the Bush administration, I know as a federal employee, you do your job. So my feelings about the next 4 years under Donald J. Trump is curious. Curious and excited. Curious. I say curious because there's a lot of wonderment. You don't know Exactly. But I give every president a chance. Every president. I give every president a chance. I don't have any other choice but give every president a chance. But I'm also excited about the potential of our country getting back on track. So I'm excited. Again, just my history of working for the federal government makes me curious and excited. There you go, Mrs. B. I got your feelings and I share my feelings. And that is what, and again, we just tell it like it is. We stay to the point. This is not elaboration, not an explanation, but your feelings. That's all we're sharing, your feelings. With that said, do you have any final words, Mrs. B?
I'm seeking unity, problem solving. I've always been independent minded. I still am independent minded. I voted more independent. And I'm looking for the country to come together, left, right, and middle. And I believe as Americans, we have the American spirit, and finding resolution and for the betterment of our society.
Thank
Globally
you.
too.
Thank you, Mrs. B. All I have to say is peace out.
Peace out.